Hi, my name is John Baptiste. My wife Hannah and I have 5 children. We moved here in 2019 from Colorado. I was reluctant to move here, and my wife really wanted to, but then later God really just put on my heart to just go ahead and move here, so we did. Then the pandemic happened, and I ended up working at my job where I was just guarding this empty building all day long for 8 hours a day, 7 days a week. I had to be there. And during that time, at some point, I felt like God just tugging on my heart saying, John, you can spend this time talking to me and praying. So I started doing that. I started just praying every day, and this went on for months. And I was listening to messages and just getting more and more full of God's presence in my life. One of the messages I listened to was by a guy named Todd White. Now, Todd White had mentioned Reinhard Bonnke. I never heard of Reinhard Bonnke. So I decided I would Google him, and I discovered Reinhard Bonnke and Christ for All Nations, mass evangelism, crusades. I'd never seen anything like this. And when I seen just tens of thousands of people coming and getting saved and getting healed, I was just blown away. I just thought it was the most incredible thing I've ever seen, and my heart just really connected with that type of evangelism, with that type of reaching the lost. I was so impressed by it. When I was young, very young child, I felt like God had called me to ministry, and he had told me that in the last days that he would activate me and that I would go preach the gospel before thousands of people. And this year, God had activated me and told me that now was the time to step into what he's called me to do, that this was the season, that this was the right time. I was able to meet Daniel Colenda, and when I met him, I told him all the things that I had experienced, that God had activated me, that I was called to preach the gospel, that this vision that I had for America, this meteor. I just told him all this stuff, and he was super nice and listened to it. And then he told me about the boot camp. He introduced me to a couple of the boot camp students who were super nice and super excited and said, you have to apply, and I did. After I applied, it felt like a really long time went by. But during this time, God kept reassuring me in my heart that this was his plan for my life, and that this was his plan, and that this was the time now for me to be launched into what he's called me to do. Then I got an email inviting me for an interview. And at the interview, one of the questions they asked me is if I was sure that I was called. And I was absolutely sure that I was called, that I couldn't see myself doing anything else, and that this wasn't just going to be for a few months, but this the rest of my life. God's called me to step out into this mission, this plan for my life. And then I got a letter in the mail saying that I was selected to go to the boot camp, which I'm so excited about. And I'm so excited about it right now. If you want to join me in this move of God, contact me directly or check out the links below. God bless you. Have a great day.